Hey guys, I got another quick training for you today. Today I'm going to talk with you about organizing your website development project, regardless if you're a do-it-yourselfer and you're utilizing some type of CMS system in order to go out there and build your business, your brand, your product pages, or if you're a business owner, you're a doctor, a practitioner, or something like that. And now this took me quite a bit of time to put together, and this might be the fact that I'm not the most organized person in the entire world. I don't like to write a bunch of stuff down. Generally, I move from the hip and go with my intuition, but having a plan in place when you're when you're embarking on a brand new project, especially a project with any amount of size and contrast from the beginning to the end of the project, is incredibly important. From an organizational standpoint, if you're working with multiple people on a team, or from just a optimization standpoint, when you're talking about moving into a project or building an asset that you're going to invest time and financial resource in, and hopefully will return a dividend on that investment. So today I'm going to talk with you about the 4 buckets that we utilize in order to organize our web projects. And then in the last bucket, the business page bucket, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk with you about business pages and some of the intent behind those. Now, this is tactical. It really has to do with how to organize your project in order to create better online assets so that you can convert more customers. If you'd like to get into the strategies associated with that, you can download our legendary conversion framework, which talks about the psychology behind your messaging, your copywriting, the way the page is laid out, some of the psychological levers that you want to pull on in order to increase conversions on the website itself. So let me talk with you about the 4 buckets that we utilize to organize our web development project. First is company, brand, and story pages. This would be the About Us page. It would be the home page. It's going to be your contact pages, profile pages, things of this nature. The hard, fast facts about your company, where you're located, things of that nature is where your business page or your brand pages come into play. And it's really where we start our development project in the beginning, as we say, hey, you know what, let's take a look at the company, the colors, the brand, the layout of the page, how we want to organize our site structure, our menus, our header information, our footer information, whether we need to optimize it for a national and or global marketing campaign, or whether or not we need to optimize the website for a local marketing campaign for local service providers. So that would be the company, brand, and story pages. And again, it would consist of the homepage, About Us page, profile page, contact pages, things of that nature. So once we get the framework deployed in regards to company, brand, and story pages, what we do from there is we begin to think about, well, how do we improve conversions on this website and or this landing page or this funnel page or whatever it is. And one of the ways we do that is we utilize what's called trust and credibility. And there's a lot of different ways that you can build trust and credibility. There's case studies, there's customer reviews, there's testimonials, there's accreditations, there's awards. There's really being clear about your cause and your mission, and or if you're a cause-driven organization or a for-profit organization. There's your core values that you can organize and communicate to potential customers and things of that nature. So these are all items that would fall under trust and credibility. And you could leverage things like social proof, again, reviews, icons, accreditations, and things of this nature. So we basically, in this second bucket, we accumulate all the information that we can that has to do with building trust and credibility around the company and or brand. So if the first bucket that we're thinking about developing would be the company, brand, and story pages, the second bucket that we want to think about developing is our trust and credibility and how we can utilize that to help move people through our online sales process. Now, there are some things that most people don't think about when they're doing the development of their online asset for their web pages. And the one thing that we provide a lot of counseling on when we're talking to customers is terms, conditions, and compliance. And when we talk about this, we talk about, coming from California, a company out of California, we talk about data use policies. If you're in Europe, of course, this is a really big hot item. Terms and conditions, return policies if you're selling online or e-commerce, data use policies and cookie consent, and providing the ability in order to manage how the website collects user data and when you can have the ability to get that user data removed from their website. And then finally, we take a look at ADA compliance and whether or not the website is compliant with the American Disabilities Act, which is a big one because we don't want to create a really successful business or brand and then increase the liability associated with it because we aren't compliant when it comes to the ADA Compliance and Disability Act. So that would be the third bucket we take a look on, terms, conditions, and compliance. And then the fourth bucket of pages that we would want to develop, and what I'm going to dive into here in regards to how we do it, is the business pages. And the business pages is what we utilize in order to market the business, the brand, the product, and or the service, the course, whatever it is. These are going to be the business page. And they're going to be optimized based off of our target market, the product, the service, the offer that we put together. And if they're a local business, the actual location that we're targeting for that business, meaning that every local business has a primary market and then they have supplemental markets that surround that, which will be the distance or radius from their primary market that they want to advertise in. In addition to that, they might have multiple locations, multiple primary markets, and multiple submarkets. So you want to make sure that we definitely build out, first and foremost, pages for each one of their primary markets and also pages for each one of their submarkets. And I do a training where I talk about how to optimize these pages, not only from a leak structure standpoint, where you're communicating the location, the product or service, or the category of product or service, and the actual product or service page in the link of the actual page itself. And then you move into things like the imagery, the alt tags, and metadata on the back of the website, and then the content on the website, which would include descriptions of the products and services, target location, benefits associated with it, and then also potentially what we encourage our clients to do is to do an FAQ on every single page because of the relevance associated with searches done in question format. We know that we want to have a mobile first strategy when it comes to our design and also our planning phases. So the best way in order to accomplish that is to make sure that you have plenty of questions on your website. Most mobile searches are done in question format. They're short questions. They're done with the mobile browser, maps, voice searches, and visual searches. So we want to make sure that we're thinking about and optimizing our web pages on a per location basis for local customers. And then if it's a company that's going to be advertising either on a national or international level, we would structure the links slightly different from that standpoint, but with the same ideas in mind. We want to make sure that we optimize for mobile first and that we leverage or future-proof the website so that we're leveraging the technologies that people are starting to search with or increasing the amount of search that they have with mobile search, map search, voice search, and also visual searches. If you'd like to get more information on that, please do so in some of our other training. Do a search on our website and or our YouTube channel. So if you'd like to get more information on the strategy behind it, I put in the description of this video a link to our legendary conversion framework for web pages where I talk about the psychological levers that you want to pull on all the way through the development process. So again, meet me or look at the description of this video, whether it's on our website and or on one of our social media channels, and I will make sure that we include a link to download that swipe file, which will save you a tremendous amount of time. Again, I didn't really understand kind of this framework and the value of organizing our content into those 4 buckets, and or the psychology behind building out these online assets to and optimizing them for performance, security, and search visibility, and the value of really having a high level approach to online asset creation, including your websites and landing pages and things of that nature. Of course, if you're using direct-to-consumer based marketing and you're not leveraging search optimization, you may take just a slightly different strategy when it comes to page structure and or the optimization of that page after you've created it. So direct-to-consumer, of course, wouldn't be as focused. In regards to the metadata, page structure, and things of that nature, of course, the messaging, psychological levers that you want to pull on in order to help out with conversions are definitely the same. But you definitely want to take a slightly different approach with that. So that's all I have for you today. I like to keep these trainings as short as possible. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and meet me in the comment section and I'll get all of those answered for you. And if you have any challenges downloading the swipe files, go ahead and text us at 707-229-1221. And we'll be happy to get you the information that you're looking for in order to help you optimize your online environment and automate some of the biggest challenges that face your business when it comes to sales and marketing. That's all I got for you today. Hopefully you got a ton of value out of that. If not, or if you did, let me know in the comments section. And until the next time we speak, make today and every day a fantastic day. We'll talk with you real soon.